We can get started and come onto our backs to begin. And you are welcome for now to bend your knees or have them straight. If they're bent and you like to rest them against each other, feel free, or relax them open, that's fine, whatever's comfortable. And if you're comfortable closing your eyes, that's always helpful. If not, just keep your gaze low and soft. And we'll start today by feeling the weight of the head on the ground. Just seeing if there's any more releasing of your head that you can do so that it's nice and heavy. And then feeling the shoulder blades, the backs of the arms, the spine and the back, buttocks. If your legs are on the ground, feeling those releasing down. And then either the bottoms of the feet or the heels. Feeling gravity pulling you down into the earth. And then you can feel the softer parts above that layer of bones that's sinking down, and feel inside the organs and the flesh. You can feel how much water is in your body, contributing to that sense of fluidity and movement. And focusing specifically now on the movement associated with breathing. And let the breath extend and expand, spreading out from the center in all directions. And then coming back into the center as you exhale. On the inhale, we're going to rotate the hands away from each other. Just a little bit of a turn at the shoulder, moving each hand in the direction of each thumb. And then on the exhale, just let that return to your starting point. So you're feeling like the breath is starting at your center and expanding out. And you can imagine that that expansion is happening in the arms and hands as they move gently. It's a subtle move, it's a soft move. Try to make it so that it feels like the breath is doing it. There's not so much of a doing as a receiving. So you're not stretching with the hands or reaching with the hands. It's very soft. Has the same quality as the way the ribs expand when you breathe. You're not actually making your ribs expand. If you breathe all the way up into the chest, you can imagine that that's kind of rolling the shoulders open, and that movement reverberates through the arms all the way to the hands. Takes a little bit of imagination. And you can let the hands relax now and rest. And as you continue with that same breath, moving out from the center, maybe you feel in the stillness of the hands and arms that there's still some remnant of that movement. And then we'll all bend the knees, place the hands on the knees. With that same expansive breath, on the inhale, we're going to let the arms straighten so the knees fall away from the belly, the body. And then as you exhale, the belly naturally contracts in. You can invite the thighs to come in as well. And then here again, we want to practice making it so that it's the breath that's moving the thighs away, not the arms. Even if you're just pretending, everything starts with imagining it to be so. What your mind can envision, it can create. And then come to neutral with the knees facing up. And then open the knees out to the side. You can let your hands rest on the outer legs if that would feel helpful, or you can rest them on your thighs or your shins, whatever feels most supportive in releasing the legs into the stretch. That same breath expanding outward and contracting inward. Here you might imagine that you're breathing into the space between your thighs. And then bring the knees back in. Bring the arms inside the thighs. Wrap the hands around the inside and the bottoms of the feet. And then lift the bottoms of the feet to face the ceiling. Head down, chin draws in. Nice deep breath in. And then as you exhale, let the backs of the shoulders be heavy and sink down toward the ground. Stay with that sense of breathing in and expanding out. Breathing out and contracting in. And release the feet, bring them down. Take them a little wider than hip width apart and rest the knees together. Then bring your knees to your hands again. We're going to rock lengthwise on our spine. So the feet will kick just like if you're in a swing and you need to kick to move the swing. And then we're going to rock up and balance on our sit bones. So don't bring the feet to the ground. Bring the hands behind the backs of the thighs. Pull the hands toward you. Lift the chest. Roll the shoulders down. Drop your chin. And then if you can, lift the feet to the height of the knees. If you want to work harder, you can release your arms forward. Keep the shoulders relaxed, the face relaxed. If you want to work harder, the arms can come up overhead. If you want to work harder, you can straighten your legs. Feel free to stay in this position. And bring the feet down, knees bent. The arms are going to come around the outside of the thighs. You're going to lift the toes and bring the hands over the toes to the bottoms of the feet, keeping the arms on the outside of the knees. Even if your hands don't fully go over the toes and just your fingertips do, that's fine. Great. Let your head relax down. Take a nice deep breath across your back body. And then push your feet down toward the floor. So you're both stretching your toes, and also by lowering the feet, you might be feeling a little more stretch across the upper back. Pressing the toes down. Bringing the breath wide into the back body. Relaxing the head so that the neck is nice and relaxed. Beautiful. Release and roll yourself up. Bring the heels together, flexing the feet. And then see if you have a square inside your legs. So if it's too close or too far, it's more of a diamond, and we want to make it a square. And then pull the flesh of your buttocks back behind your sit bones. Inhale and reach up. Exhale and fold over your legs. Let the hands rest. Let the head drop. Let the elbows bend. They might have to go out to the side a little bit. Feel the breath expanding and contracting, surrendering the weight of your body to that exhalation. You can draw your belly toward your spine as you exhale. And then walk the hands over to the right. The right hand will come beside you, and the left arm will come diagonally. So kind of between the knee and the foot. Then push into your right hand, sinking back into your left sit bone, reaching out through the left hand, staying with the fullness of your breath. And then take it over to the other side. Left hand beside you, right hand on the diagonal. Push into the left hand to sink weight into that right sit bone. Continuing to release down into the exhales. Feel the ribs moving as you breathe. Notice where the body resists the breath and see if you can penetrate the resistance with a deeper breath. And then come back to center. Walk the hands in, roll the body up. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, release the arms down. Straighten the legs. Flex the feet. Point the feet. Flex the feet. Point the feet. Okay. Now reach your left first two fingers around your left big toe. Then we're going to pick that leg up. And then we're going to bicycle the leg, pulling the knee all the way back, and then extending the leg all the way forward. And then bicycle backwards. Beautiful. Place the foot down with the knee bent. And the foot is going to line up with the sit bone. So it's not going to be touching the inside of the other foot. It's just going to be straight forward. So kind of like the heel is in a straight line from the sit bone. We can keep that right hand on the ground and inhale and lift the left arm up. And then leaning a little bit forward, bring the arm inside the leg. Turn the palm to face out. Bend the elbow and wrap it around your arm. Now reach the right arm back, and some of you will be able to grab hold of your left fingers with your right fingers. If you're not able to, you just place your hand on your back. It's fine. Good. Now we're going to try to lift the chest and turn to the right. Help the breath come all the way up into the chest. And release the hands. Bring that left foot to the inside of the right leg with the knee out to the side. Keep the right foot actively flexed. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, stay long through the torso. Fold over the straight leg, resting one hand on either side. And then let the elbows bend. Yep. Let the head relax. Keep the arms and hands soft. And then press down with the right thigh. As you press the right thigh into the ground, maybe as you inhale, you can feel your spine springing out away from there and getting longer. As you exhale, the belly draws in, releasing all the air out, releasing the body over. Drop the arms. And then inhale yourself up, reach the arms up high. Exhale down. Hands to the ground, left foot out. The right fingers wrap around the right big toe, lifting the foot up, and then bicycle. And reverse. And rest the foot down. Knee up in the air. Inhale the right arm up, bringing it inside the leg. Turn the palm to face out. Bend the elbow, trying to get the arm to go. Yep, exactly. And then reach the left hand back and see if by any chance you can grab the other hand. It's good to bring a towel with you to yoga, and then those places where there's a gap between what you're supposed to hold on to and your hand, you just use a towel. So like if we're doing something like this and you don't reach your foot, you just have a towel or a strap if you want to get an official strap, but it's not really needed. Anyway, lift the chest, turn to your left, breathe into your heart. Try to get the breath to come all the way up to the collarbone. Yeah, that works, Kelly. And then turn back to face front. Let the knee fall out. The right foot touch the left thigh. Flex the left foot actively. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold over. Let your hands rest. Let your arms be heavy, your elbows bend. So you can feel the bone between your shoulder and your elbow, that upper arm bone, and just imagine it dropping down toward the ground. And then we're going to press down strongly into that left thigh and use that to lengthen out through the head. So every action has an equal and opposite reaction, right? So when we're going down, we also can go up, out through the head. And then as you exhale, you can draw your belly in and just relax. See if the arms might let go a little more, maybe the face and head. Feel the breath long and slow streaming through the body. And on an inhale, roll yourself up, reach arms up, exhale down. Bring that left foot in, flip over your feet onto hands and knees. You're welcome to come on to fists if that feels better. Otherwise, spread your fingers wide, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. And just feel the breath moving from the belly to the chest. And we'll let the body follow the breath. So as the breath fills into the belly, we let the belly drop down. As it rolls up into the chest, we lift the chest, we lift the eyes. And then on the exhale, we reverse. We drop the tailbone, we lift the belly, and we drop the head. That's the exhale, cat pose. On the inhale, the tailbone curls up, the belly drops down, the ribs and chest peel open, the eyes reach up. That's your cow pose. On your next exhale, walk your hands in, roll all the way up to standing on your knees. Place your left hand on your belly and your right hand on your chest. And feel the breath moving from your belly hand to your chest hand. See if you can maintain that breath. Release your left hand and try to see if you can rest your fingers on your left heel. If you don't reach, you can curl the toes under and then you might reach. And if you still don't reach, the hand can just come to the hip. Now we're going to press the hips forward. We're going to drop the head back. We're going to lift the right arm up. And you can let weight really come into that left hand. Nice deep breaths here. Turn your head to look down. Bring your right hand back onto your chest. Lift and bring your left hand onto your belly. And then change the hands. Stay with this breathing even as we release the hands. Taking the right hand now to the right heel. Again, curling the toes under if you need that extra height. And then dropping the head back, lifting the left arm up. Press the hips forward. Expand the ribs out with the fullness of your breath. Turn your gaze down and to the right. Bring your left hand back to your heart. Lift and bring your right hand to your belly. And then bring both hands to the floor. We're going to tuck the chin and try to place the top of the head right in front of the knees. As close to the legs as possible. Then the arms are going to wrap around the outside of the legs. Turn the palms to face out so the thumbs come up. Bring the hands around the heels if you can reach. If you can't reach your heels, grab whatever you can reach. Maybe bring your forehead closer to your knees, and then we'll lift the hips up. Really hold on with your hands, and that gives you that extra stretch across the upper back and shoulder blades. And then the breath will give you even more of a stretch. Hare pose, H-A-R-E. Release your hands, lift your head. We'll just come into child's pose, resting on the forehead. If your forehead doesn't make it to the floor, then use hands or fists to support your forehead. If it does come to the floor, wrap your arms around the outside of your legs and rest them on the ground. And then let the shoulders melt over the thighs. You have a whole body breathing. Extend the arms overhead, shoulder width apart. Keep your hands exactly where they are, and then just lift your buttocks off your feet. Coming back to hands and knees without moving your hands. Straighten your arms. Lift your head off the ground, coming up onto hands and knees. Spread the fingers wide, curl the toes under. Take a breath in, and then when we exhale, we're going to lift the knees, but don't straighten them. Just lift them off the ground. Then we're going to push forward with the hands and move the chest toward the thighs and let the head drop down. Really feel the stretch across the back as you push forward through the fingers. And then press the left heel down, just the left heel. Keep relaxing the chest down and the head down. And then press the inner left ankle toward the outer left ankle. You can see how that changes the stretch in the calf. And bend that left knee, straighten the right leg and press the right foot to the floor, keeping the hips back. Then press the inner right ankle toward the outer right ankle. Beautiful. Straighten both legs, press both heels down, roll the shoulders down your back, release your ribs toward your thighs, the head toward the floor. Feel the breath moving through the body. Beautiful. Inhale, look forward, lift the right leg up. Exhale, step the foot up between the hands. Help it up if it doesn't come on its own. Let the hips drop down. Push down into the right foot, press back into the left heel. Runner's lunge. Okay, if you're struggling with your knees, then you can always just make it into a warrior one instead. It's a much gentler bend on the knee. And then you can take the arms up. And you just want to make sure that you're pressing back with your left thigh, and just as the rest of us are pressing back through the left foot. Beautiful. And then we'll step that right foot back, coming back into our downward dog. On an inhale, lift your left leg and look forward. And then exhale, step that left foot all the way up, helping it up if it doesn't come on its own. Bending deeply into that left knee, unless you want to take a warrior one instead. Drop the hips. And you move your left foot forward more so that the ankle lines up under the knee. And then we'll all press down into that left foot and back through that right heel. Streaming breath through the body. Beautiful. Now we're going to step that back foot forward. Let the knees be soft, the chin tucked. Roll yourself up, one vertebra at a time. Have the palms facing out. Bring the arms forward, up, back, down, and again, palms out. Let your eyes lift up when the hands lift up. A few more. Last one. Just feeling stillness. And then step the legs out. We'll have the arms come out, so we're in a starfish. We're just going to breathe like a starfish here. So the breath starts in the center and then ripples out in all directions. And you can imagine that it's reaching your feet, your head, and your fingers. And then as you exhale, contracting back in toward the center. So this is literally how a starfish breathes. If you've ever seen it, it comes from the center out. So there's maybe a subtle movement even as you expand with the inhale. Okay, now we're going to take the same posture and drop to the left, letting the left arm just hang down, letting the right arm reach up, and then same breathing, letting that exhale relax you down. Expanding and relaxing. Use your next inhale to come up. Exhale to the other side. And again, that right arm just hangs down, it doesn't touch. Focus on the breath and let it do the work for you. Use your next inhale to come up. Clasp your hands behind your back. Roll the shoulders in toward the spine. Inhale into the chest. Exhale and fold forward. Lifting the arms, dropping the head. Pushing down into the feet, lifting through the thighs. Pull your hands apart and see if that rolls the shoulder blades in a little more. And then release the hands and bring them to the ground. If they don't come to the ground, bring it to a block if you have a prop handy. And if you don't, then you can bend your knees. You're going to place the left hand right in the center under the chest and the right hand on the right hip. As you inhale, you're going to pull back with the hip and forward through the chest so that you're lengthening and straightening your spine. As you exhale, roll your belly to the right, turn your gaze up and to the right, and then float your right arm up into the air. Looking up at your right thumb. Keep expanding the breath out from the center. And then when you exhale, you can aim your left ribs to the right a little more. Beautiful. Release the right hand down. Place it under the chest. Bring your left hand to your left hip. Inhale, pulling back through the hip and forward through the heart. Exhale, rotating the belly, chest, face to the left, and then floating the left arm up. If you can, gazing at your upraised thumb. Push into the feet and turn a little more. And release the left hand down. Bring the heels in once. Bring the toes in once. Bring the heels in once again. Bring the toes in so that the feet are now parallel to each other. Bend the knees and lower the buttocks down. Feet facing forward. We're just going to balance here on our toes. So if you can bring your hands together at your heart and then lift your heart. And then I'll give you some options. You can make it a little more challenging, lifting the arms overhead. You can take steeple mudra, which means all of the fingers interlace except the index fingers. And then if you really want to challenge your balance, you close your eyes. Feel free to leave your hands at your heart. And release the hands down. Release the buttocks down. And we're going to rock on our spine again. This time, Andrew, you may want to watch what I'm doing because I think this might be a new posture for you. The rest of you, if you want to come into shoulder stand, go ahead. So as we're rocking, we're going to move the hands from the legs to the hips and then walk the hands down the body toward the floor. Roll the shoulders under and lift the legs up. And then one at a time, keep trying to tuck the shoulders under so that you're on your shoulders and your arms and not on your neck. And then reach up through the toes. Reach the tailbone up for the feet. And you can modify this by coming into a half shoulder stand with the hips bent and the feet kind of over the face, or just have your hands under your back and your legs straight up in the air. So you still get that circulatory benefit of having the legs upside down. Okay. And we'll bend the knees and bring them toward the forehead. Slowly lay your spine back down onto the ground. Release your feet. Lift your hips, tuck your tailbone under, release down, and then release your legs and shake them out. If you're using an eye pillow, you can place that on your eyes. Then we'll let the arms rest out away from the body. Palms up. Take a breath in through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth, releasing the weight of the body into the ground. Inhale deep. Exhale out of the mouth, releasing the jaw. Slight parting of the lips. Inhale deep. Exhale out of the mouth, releasing the activity of the mind. Turning your full attention to your breath so that the mind is occupied and not engaging in thoughts. And as you feel your breath, you can see where it feels easiest to locate and rest your attention there. And then let go of your breath. So it might be just the faintest breath. It's okay. Just trust your breath to breathe for you. And just feel it. Watch each breath come in and each breath go out. And the mind may wander. That's the habit of the mind. That's okay. Just when you see that you've been lost in thought, just bring your mind back again and again and again. Each time returning home, becoming more deeply relaxed, letting go, letting go, letting go. into your heart. Move fingers and toes. Reach the arms overhead. Take a deep breath. Stretch long. Hug the knees to the chest. Rocking gently side to side. Feeling the ground, massaging your back. And come center, rub hand to hand and foot to foot. Roll to your side. Rest your head on your underside arm. Rest your body on the ground. Just noticing how you feel. And noticing who you are. And slowly begin to press yourself up, letting your head come up last. Sit any way that's comfortable. Sinking down through the sit bones, lifting tall through the head. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands together at the heart. Inhale the heart up to the hands. Exhale, shoulders relax down. Inhale deeply, breathing in from bottom to top. Take it all in. Let it all go. Drop the chin to the chest. Namaste.